good with y'all, man? Hey, you already know if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that like, drop that sub, man. Turn them notices, alright? We doing these daily. So, I was sent this article. By the way, happy Saturday. Hope y'all having a good weekend. I was sent this article to go over with y'all. So let's go ahead and jump into this article, man. Oh, it's going to be a lot of Superman stuff being talked about for a few months now. So it says, James Gunn is against Zack Snyder and Henry Cavill's biggest mistake as Superman. You do not let anyone die. Okay. James Gunn takes over the reins of Superman from Man of Steel director Zack Snyder and kind of throws some subtle shade at Snyder's Superman. It says James Gunn took over the reins of Superman from Zack Snyder after the latter's tenure with the DC ended with the Justice League. Gunn moved over from the MCU to head the newly formed DC Studios along with his creative partner Peter Safran to craft a compelling interconnected DC universe. The shared franchise is set to begin on the big screen with Gunn's Superman. The upcoming film will be the first solo film on the Kryptonian superhero since 2013's Man of Steel by Zack Snyder the GOAT and starring Henry Cavill. The DCEU's iteration of Kal-El has been divisive for lack of a kinder term, and though Cavill has been accepted as Superman, Snyder's take only has a few takers. Gunn also seemed to throw shade at his iteration. Now that's interesting, especially with how he came to him for asking for advice for the suit or whatever what they were talking about. So it says, Zack Snyder's Man of Steel saw a Superman who was not the typical all-American hero. Henry Cavill's iteration of the character was grittier and more philosophical than Christopher Reeve's or Brandon Routh's version. Snyder expanded on how the nature of such godlike heroes would affect humanity in the real world in Batman v Superman. It's like people don't appreciate realism like that. Like, Warner Bros. Wanted Zack Snyder to make Superman just like Christopher Nolan made the Dark Knight series, more grounded, more grittier, more realistic. I don't get why people give Zack a hard time, and they don't even know the full info and everything. It's so wild. While Cavill's performance and persona as Kal-El have been accepted by the fans since the film's release, especially after David Corenswet's casting, Snyder's take on the character has been divisive at best. Many have criticized the filmmaker for staying away from Superman's generally hopeful and positive persona. Well, we would have got that positive and hopeful persona if he got to finish his universe. Stupid. Making me mad. The end of Man of Steel also sees Cavill's Superman kill General Zod to stop him from killing a family. James Gunn, who will be helming the upcoming Superman, seemed to throw shade at the filmmaker's decision to make Kal-El kill and spoke about his philosophy in life. Speaking about the philosophical difference between Lois and Clark, Gunn said to Fandango, I think it comes down to a basic philosophical difference. He believes that the sanity of life is of the utmost importance. No matter what you do, not let anyone die ever. She is a utilitarian. She believes that you want to do the most good for the most people, no matter how you do that. Snyder's take seemed to explore the mortality question through the ending of Man of Steel, but he may have fumbled with how he chose to explore it. In subsequent films, the focus shifted to a more nuanced exploration of the absolute power with the introduction of Batman and Lex Luthor. On paper, both Zack Snyder and James Gunn seem to be exploring similar things in their iterations of Superman. Gunn's DCU will be exploring gods and monsters in the first chapter of the franchise, with Superman possibly exploring how one can justify the existence of an overpowered god like Kal-El in a world where other superheroes already exist. The upcoming film is set to feature other heroes like Mr. Terrific, Hawkgirl, Green Lantern, Metamorpho, and more. Snyder's Man of Steel, and more importantly, Batman v Superman explores similar things. How humanity will react to an overpowered god among them, especially when his powers could be weaponized. Okay, I'm not gonna read anymore. That's pretty much it, anyways. Listen, man, it's stupid. What I just read is so. You're not. You don't let anyone die, and at the end of the day, I think you shouldn't let anyone die. But it's always gonna be casualties. People died in the MCU. What was it? Avengers, was it Infinity War? Remember that conversation that Tony Stark had with the black lady in the hallway, where her son was in Slavonia. I think that's what it was. He was helping build houses out there for the homeless. and he ended up dying because of what happened and who the Avengers was fighting. He ended up dying. There's always going to be casualties in these type of movies. It's a superhero movie. Like, I am so worried about the DCE or the DCU, man. Like, I get it, you don't let anyone die, but it's gonna be people dying. And I just gave y'all a great example. Did you really think the Avengers wanted people to die? No, they were fighting all the robots and whoever. Well, I forgot who they was fighting, but they was fighting people, so people didn't die, and there was still casualties. It's always gonna be casualties, especially as a superhero. You know what I'm saying? I mean, take for example, what was it? Captain America, was it Civil War? I believe the very beginning, Wanda, Crossbones was about to blow up Captain America, and Wanda took the bomb, froze it, and threw it in the air. Now, do you think she did that intentionally to kill people in the building? No, she tried to save Captain America's life, but there ended up being casualties because she was trying to save somebody. These type of movies are going to have casualties. They're going to have deaths. Also, when it comes to Superman killing Zod, y'all got to stop with the hypocriticism, man. Because didn't Christopher Reeve kill Zod too? And everybody loved that. But nah, let Zack Snyder do it. And it's crazy. It makes no sense. I'm worried for the DCEU. I don't think it's going to do good. I want it to do good. My gut feeling, like I've said in multiple videos, I just don't think it's going to do good. And I'm also, like I said in a previous video, if James Gunn does Batman, I am worried. Because Batman is not a funny character. The way he treated Superman in the sneak peek, just disrespectful. So I can only imagine what Batman's going to be like. And we saw a good definition of how Josh Whedon did Batman, and that was atrocious. So, this article was just stupid. It's just so dumb, man. It's like you don't let anyone die. I get it, but at the end of the day, there's gonna be casualties, and I gave y'all 2 perfect examples from the MCU. So, let me know what you guys think about this. Post your comments down below. Let me know what y'all thought, man. I hope you guys have a good weekend today, and I will be on the stream a little later. I appreciate y'all, man. 100,000 subscribers is grind time. Let's get it.